All right. We have a very, very interesting full moon, which I have pulled up as always on May 31st, Sunday at 4:45 a.m. Eastern Time. So depending where you are in the world, that is an Eastern time zone that you can convert. And the moon is here in the 8th house of Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by Mars, but it is a water sign. So it is a karmic pressure cooker of wanting deep control over one's emotions. However, the full moon is in the star constellation of Anahurata, ruled by Saturn, represented by a lotus flower that emerges from the mud. Anahurata can endure much hardship, and its deity is Mitra, the god of friendship and alliances. Anahurata is the softest part of Scorpio, is in the middle of the sign, and is really known for its devotion in relationships. On the shadow end, it can devote so much that it becomes a martyr in relationships. It usually finds one or a family unit or a teacher to completely, or obviously romantic partner, when I said one, to devote itself to. And this can be a real issue with martyrdom. So a full moon is when the moon and the sun are directly in opposition. This is at 15 degrees and 42 minutes of sun is in Taurus in Rohini, and it's still with Uranus in Kritika. So what's really going on? One thing is for certain. We have already had a full moon this month on May 1st. This is very rare to have two full moons. Therefore, this is a blue moon. Blue moon is also connected to the Old English word called bellewe, B-E-L-E-W-E, which means betrayal. Because the blue moon is something that betrays our eyes. We're not supposed to have another full moon in 1 month. There is a disruption or betrayal with this full moon. I find this deeply, deeply connected to the fact that the full moon is in Scorpio. Scorpio, 8th house, are about hidden things, psychological, deep manipulations, secrets, power struggles, hidden things, occult knowledge. So, breaking this all down, full moons are for endings. The new moon that we had on May 16th was in Taurus, where we were asked to cut out the toxic emotional comforts we are attached to that do not serve us, but they keep us safe, but are a false illusion of safety, wherever that means for us. This full moon is really asking you, by magnifying those safety nets that are false, that you are attached to release, because it is going to show a betrayal in loyalty with someone you feel or you thought was devoted or deeply loyal to you, or vice versa. And to add insult to injury a little bit here, Mars is the center of this. It is at 15 degrees Bharani in Aries right during this full moon. Do you notice that the moon is at 15 degrees? The Mars is exact to the degree of the moon in this full moon, and it aspects the moon on its 8th aspect. That is the harshest aspect. Bharani is all about the birthing process and either holding or completely releasing. It is Judgment Day. It is ruled by Yama, the deity of death and rebirth, and it acts as a cosmic judge. This is a big judgment reckoning day where something will be revealed to you, whether that is like if Scorpio is in your 12th house of your subconscious, things from the past, things in your subconscious minds, dreams will be something that you would really want to focus on this week. It doesn't have to be something so obvious or black and white, but if you have planets in Scorpio, in Anahurata, or in Jyeshta, this is going to be very significant to you. Mars is also aspecting Cancer and Libra right now. So if you have planets in Cancer or Libra and Scorpio, this is going to affect you. Saturn is in Revati, remember the ending. It's also acting as an audit, and it is aspecting the Sun and Uranus in Taurus on its third aspect. That is giving a cold, restrictive aspect on the Sun, who wants to be all comfortable in Rohini in Taurus, and Uranus is there in Kritika trying to still give a shock, an awakening to what you are attached to that does not serve you. And it's asking you to start getting responsible about it. You're not going to be able to be comfortable on this full moon with Saturn aspecting the Sun. But the way out of this drama, you could say, is going to be the Gemini stellium we have. Mercury is in Gemini, its own sign, and Mrgashira. It is calculated. It is data-driven. Venus and Jupiter are still in Purnarvasu, or in Purnarvasu together. That is restoring the light with communication. This is the day before Jupiter goes into Cancer, so this is really important. This is like a full moon that is asking you to clear out the rot, any enmeshment, because it's all going to be revealed. What is also happening is that the moon is here in Anahurata just 2 hours later that day, because this is in the early morning, the moon shifts to Jyeshta in Scorpio for the rest of the day. Jyeshta is a totally different energy than Anahurata, so the loyalty or the relationship that is exposed to you will turn into something volatile if there is Jyeshta energy. Jyeshta energy is different. It wants control. It wants to be the senior in the room. So if anyone has Jyeshta placements, this is going to be a really huge full moon as well. And this is a huge clearing before Jupiter goes into Cancer the next day in its exalted state. Because if you are living in something untrue or a false illusion of enmeshments and security, Jupiter is just going to amplify the rot. It's not going to be a savior exaltation time for you. Jupiter amplifies the truth, and it expands the sign that it's in. So if you're not taking care of the illusions, Jupiter will just magnify them when it's in Cancer. So use the Gemini energy. If you need to communicate a boundary, the planets are giving you logical and very grounded communication skills. Jupiter and Venus are allowing you to restore the truth here in your communication. So trust what you want to say. Don't overthink it. You are being given the okay from the planets. So speak your truth and allow the chips to fall where they may. This is going to be a huge clearing, and I really invite you all to go with it and do not fight it, so that Jupiter in Cancer for you can be a great healing instead of more and more toxicity being revealed. I hope that helps, and namaste, everyone.